Hey Joe,
What's up, Noah? How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well.
So you're traveling today? Where you at?
Yeah, I just got to Philadelphia. I'm gonna work out for the 76ers tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on everything. It was fun watching you guys this season, even with the early exit in March Madness. It was definitely the best Iowa basketball season I've been alive for.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you. It was a fun season.
so getting into the interview here, you performed amazing at the draft combine. You now are keeping your name in the draft. You're gonna get selected most likely, but this all comes mainly from your work ethic, which is something you're really known for. And I'm just wondering, how many shots would you say you put up a day?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's this process has been really long, with the draft being pushed back a little bit. So I was out in Vegas for a little bit, training out there with some guys. So we would do like an hour and a half basketball workout in the morning to hour and a half to 2 hours, and then we'd lift, and then we'd have like a lunch break, and then come back and get more shots up in the afternoon. So it was like 3 workouts a day. I don't know the exact number of shots, but it was quite a few.
I can imagine in YMCA days. Would you say it's over 1,000?
No, I would guess more around 500.
All right. Um, so you've had experience at the draft combine before, and now that had to have helped this year having that experience. So what? How did that experience, would you say, help you, and what advice would you give to guys going in the combine in the future?
Yeah, the combine was huge for me, especially this year with teams not being able to come watch us in person. This was, a big part of it, just being able to have the teams see me in person, and like I said, going to these different teams to work out for them. They can just really see my game up close and see how tall I am, how strong I am, how good of a shooter I am. So it was really cool, to be able to go in there and play well, and show these scouts what I can do, because I've been working really hard these past couple of months preparing for it. But to a guy coming in the future, I would just say to be aggressive. When you have the opportunities. I know a guy like me. Sometimes the ball is not always in your hand. You got point guards that are trying to, make plays, and so as a shooter, you got to be always ready to shoot when you get the ball, and take advantage of your opportunities when they come.
Yeah, and those point guards, they got to listen to Bohan and give Wheezy the ball.
Exactly.
But when did you, make the decision to keep your name in the draft, and what was the thought process behind that?
Yeah, I think it was around July 2nd is when I released the video for me staying in the draft. I think the biggest thing for me was just going through the combine. Then we have what's called a pro day. So it's basically like you work out, in front of all the teams, and they watch. And I got a lot of good feedback based off those performances, and a lot of teams saying they were really interested and wanted me to come work out for them. So just felt that it was the right time. I'm also going to be graduating this summer. I'm taking my last class right now, so I'll graduate in about a month. So just felt like it was time to make that next step.
Well, congrats on the graduation. Then 26 points in the showcase game. That had to be pretty convincing for those teams. But with you keeping your name in the draft, that obviously means your time with Iowa is up. So could you just tell us a little bit about what it meant to you to be a Hawkeye?
Yeah, it was a dream come true. Being a kid that grew up in Iowa, about 30, 45 minutes away from campus, grew up going to games and just wanting to be a Hawk. So to have an offer from Coach McCaffrey, and then I committed at a young age. It was just a dream come true, to run out of the tunnel and to wear the Iowa uniform and play for the home state. Just very thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, and you mentioned, committing at such a young age. It was looking like you're going to get a ton of offers, but you didn't even wait for them. Once the Hawkeyes offered you, you were just straight commitment there, and it really showed, how what this means to you and how it means so much to be a Hawkeye. Um, so back to the draft though. Now, July 29th, the draft's coming up. What would you say a team's getting if they select you?
Yeah, obviously it starts with shooting. I feel like I'm going to be a knockdown shooter, and just a guy that's going to work extremely hard. I know that still have a lot to improve on, but I'm willing to put in the time and the effort, and just a guy that's not going to cause any issues off the floor. I'm going to be a good teammate. And just work extremely hard. And I feel like just on the court too, I feel like I'm more than just a shooter. I feel like I can finish around the rim and cut. And I think rebounding's a huge thing too. Being a wing that can go in there and help rebound like I did with Luka this year. So I think a pretty versatile player.
Luka also in the draft this year, so we got 2 Hawks that could be selected, and it's huge for the Hawkeyes, of course, seeing 2 guys go on to have this much success. But with the draft, you mentioned the type of player you are. Is there a player in the NBA right now who you compare yourself to?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I've actually been watching, film on and just kind of studying their games. But I would say guys like Duncan Robinson, Joe Harris, Kevin Herter, Klay Thompson, Doug McDermott, guys that can really shoot the ball at a high level, can shoot the ball off the move, and can finish around the rim. Just different things like that where I feel like my game is kind of similar to those guys.
One that popped into mind for me was I grew up watching the Bulls, not so much anymore, just because of how they've been lately. But a guy who kind of reminds me of you, just the spot-up shooter type, is I'm not sure if he's in the league anymore, but Kyle Korver, give me some hot sauce.
From Kyle Korver, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much again for taking the time to do this. It's always great talking with you.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate it, man. You did a great job.
All right. And one more thing for you, though. Do you follow baseball at all?
Do I follow baseball?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. I got the home run derby on right now, so I'm going to watch that. But...
All right. So by the time I get this posted, though, it's going to be over. But who are you taking to win it?
In the home run derby?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know too much about baseball. I like to watch. I don't even know much about the guys. Who's your pick?
I'm going with Ohtani.
Okay. He's a favorite, isn't he?
I think so. He pitches and hits. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
All right. So you going with him then?
Yeah, I'll go with him.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
I'll follow your lead. I trust you.
All right. Well, thank you again, Joe. It's great talking with you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night.
You too.